James, mayday, 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 mittens.
Mayday mitten going to Captain Wheeler.
We are fishing off the dock, or sorry, off the floats. Mayday Mittens is yet to catch anything, but he's not.
Captain Wheeler just wraps his line around the rope so he can't catch anything anyways. So.
No, that's not what happened at all. I didn't wrap the line around the wing like he said. It was actually, it was a bird picked it up and put it over the wing. It wasn't, I didn't do it. Say goodbye, Mayday Mitten.
Adios, signing off.
We're on Kamloops Lake. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. James Mitten, just the two of us. You and I. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever. I'm going to take the Bushmaster out today and do a little bit of practice. Takeoffs and landings around Kamloops Lake. So I was out the other day and had one pretty good bounce on glassy water. So conditions are absolutely perfect today. There's very little wind. It's going to be glassy most likely, so great time to practice, and that'll be today. I'll take you with me.
So I haven't quite figured out how to hook up my GoPro to the headphones or even to my phone. So bear with me. The sound is recorded afterwards. It's basically me flying today. Kamloops Lake, practicing landings, takeoffs. I'm still getting used to the constant speed prop. It seems to be the biggest issue that I have. A lot of fun on days like today though, glassy water. I was practicing before this little part of the video here. I practiced with both doors open. I actually took off and landed, both doors open, just to see what it was like. I tried a zero flap takeoff the other day with James, a buddy of mine, in the aircraft, and here I'm landing. This is a pretty typical landing. There's only about 3 knots of wind, if that. Pretty glassy out. I guess that's about as proud as I can get on those. And there's a couple of boats that are around the area. It's a busy lake right this time of year, to be honest. It's really kind of keep your eye open for everybody. Really enjoying when I'm flying solo. You can see the fuel gauges. I'm still pretty full on the fuel here, but even still, with just myself in the aircraft, she gets off pretty easy. With 20 degrees flaps, I would say it gets off in definitely under 500 feet, but I could probably shrink that down if I really tried. You can see I take off here, or when I do my takeoff roll, I do go through the checklist, but one thing I forgot was my flaps. So you can see I kind of pause it for a second, knock it down, and knock the throttle down, pull the flaps, and then restart my takeoff roll. This is a part of flying that I hadn't anticipated, but after a landing, good, bad, otherwise, I really enjoyed just that few minutes of opening the door and taxiing around and catching my breath and It's something I didn't expect, so here we go, the takeoff. So you'll see here, I practice a few different things. I'm trying to, as I'm gaining altitude, positive climb, positive rate, I'll try to take the flaps out before I knock the prop down. And I've been knocking the prop down, getting down to 25 inches in that pressure, and knocking the prop down to 500 RPM while I'm climbing, and then knock the flaps, take the flaps out of it. But trying different things, see what works best, especially on these days without wind. It's every single takeoff and landing right now is a learning experience. And my instructor Brian from Burns Lake really hammered into me that I've got a lot of practicing to do, all different configurations and all different types of landings, takeoffs. So that's basically what I'm trying to do here. And what I do on this, what I like to do on days like this is I'll fly it up to 1,800 feet, take it around, and land the exact same place. I'll just let you enjoy the view here. And for reference, this is the south side of Kamloops Lake. I used to practice on the north side of the lake, not far from here. This is between Savannah and Tobianu on Kamloops Lake. You can see the highway runs east-west, just off to the left side of the plain here. It's a good little practice area. And I can just about always find decent water to play with when I'm out here. So all the aircraft mechanics around where I am are pretty busy. You can see I really crane my neck there just to see the manifold pressure. The manifold gauge is very far right on the top, and it's really hard to see from the left side seat. So that'll be one of the things I swap out. I'm thinking I'll swap the manifold and the radio out. So radio would be the third gauge from the right side on the top. I'll switch that over. Then the manifold will match up with the throttle, and the RPM gauge will be the prop. So they'll be in the right spot after that. So I've turned it around here and set it up for another landing. I'm doing a few cruise checks, pre-landing checks as well. Got a transfer tank in the back that I transfer up to my left wing, and I'm playing with that a little bit here and there just to see how fast it actually transfers out. I had a problem. It was funny. The other day I got down to the aircraft, and with a 20-gallon tank in the back, I opened the door, and it just reeked of fuel, and I thought, oh, I thought maybe the transfer tank was heating up, and like the third tank behind the seat was heating up, and it was just expelling a little bit of gas from the pressure. But I think what actually was happening is underneath my left leg there's a valve that closes and opens. I guess most valves do that, but there's a valve that opens and closes, and you have to have that open, and then the fuel transfer switch goes on, and then open the breather on the tank behind the seat. And I left that breather open, and the transfer valve was hit by my leg, possibly getting out of the aircraft, sort of on, and I think fuel was basically bypassing the valve and just gravity feeding into the tank in the back, and then overfilled through the and spilling out the breather valve, I guess is the best way to put that. Who knows how much fuel actually dumped. Good thing it's avgas, it dissipates real quick. So. But lesson learned. All the new things when you got your aircraft. So this is the last landing that I recorded today. I did a couple more, and on the other side of the lake, one up at the end of the lake, but I'll leave this with you. It's a good idea of what I'm up to these days, and a little bit of work on Kamloops Lake, and enjoy it.